Hello and welcome to my Nakamoni Enlightenment Show, a show in which we take enlightening excursions into current, contemporary, and pertinent topics in academics, culture, and life in general. We learn to use reason, sense, and understanding in order to achieve our goals, hopes, and aspirations in life. In this way, we can avoid turning out mediocre or sounding odd, thus missing out on opportunities. Before going any further, let me remind you to not only like this channel, but to subscribe. Then, not only that, watch right up to the end. That is very important for you and for me. Please do that. And at the end, should you find that you like the show, please share it with others you think might help. If you don't like it, let me know in the comment section below. Today we shall look at words that Kenyans mispronounce, and they do that with abandon in ways that affect their ability to communicate effectively. And there is a worst case scenario where this strong accent and inability to communicate does lower a person's self-esteem. But the wonderful thing is that the human brain is adaptable, and with concentration and practice, one can be able to reduce mispronunciation and pick an accent that is easily understood by your people. But I'm not suggesting that people change their accent or acquire the American drawl or the Texan twang. What I'm driving at is that it is possible to master pronunciation of English words, remove that strong accent, fine-tune it, and change the way you speak, and speak in a style easily understood by others. Come to think of it, the people I'm thinking of here are people who are already proficient in other skills of English, good at listening, able to read effectively and understand, comprehend what they read. They have a wide range of vocabulary, and in writing, they are able to write the different genres, whether it is letter writing, minute writing, writing essays, writing for articles, feature articles in newspaper. These are people who can write. But the real problem presents itself when these people speak and they are at the risk of being misunderstood. Luckily, the thing is that in order to reduce a strong accent, all the people need to do is reduce it, but retain their tongue and the palate and the lips. So you'll be able to, that's all that you need. With those muscles and with those organs, you are able to produce the sounds and make the stresses, bring out the intonations and the rhythms and the melodies of the English language. That's the beauty of it. But it does not end there. You will be called upon to develop a reliable memory that you can call upon instantly as you try to remember the different combinations of the words, the stresses, the intonations, the rhythms. Yes. And the more important thing here is that this takes a lot of practice. Lots and lots of practice. It doesn't just come automatically. And as you practice, your focus will be on clarity of speech and fine-tuning that pronunciation. It is my belief that teachers, lecturers, professors, doctors, engineers, marketers, broadcasters, pastors, all these people, they need to be effective communicators, failure to which they will die with their ideas. And here I'm not talking about physical death, But I'm saying that you're in a position you are supposed to communicate, but you are unable to. And what is more, with improved communication, one's intelligibility comes out during human interactions, such as, or for example, when in conversations, while giving instructions, while imparting knowledge, during discussions in meetings or groups, when someone is conducting or attending interviews, or when holding different sorts of campaigns. Your intelligence comes to the fore if your pronunciation is top-notch. So today, we look at a number of words that Kenyans mispronounce. And even though I say Kenyans, this applies to all other non-native speakers of English. I will present the word both in the English and American version. If you saw my previous episode, you will be conversant with this. If not, I would advise that you go and see it. Allow, though, for me to tell you something that excited me when I came across it. That even though these days we hear a lot of American English, because the American culture is the one that is on the ascendancy, a research was done worldwide, and the results of that research show that British pronunciations, referred to as received pronunciation, RP, it is also referred to as the Queen's language, this being the standard English that is spoken by educated people in England. During that research that was conducted, it was found that this one is the absolute hottest on earth. I thought you should know that. Now to the words that I want us to master today. We start with the very first one, and this is Kenya. Kenya. I want to start with that. And that word is pronounced Kenya, Kenya, or Kenyan. Never Kenya or Kenya or Kenyan. No. And the reason is simple. The E in that word takes the S sound. So Kenya, yeah. I know some of us thinking that you're doing it with panache will try to say Kenya or Kenya. No, it's not that. Let's hear Kenya. That's a correct word. This is a word again Kenyans mispronounce, and it is simple. Against. Never against or against or against, as many will do. It's against. There is the word advertisement, and that is the British pronunciation. The Americans will say advertisement. The difference between the two is that the British will stress the second syllable, so advertisement, but the Americans, the third syllable, advertisement. Let's note that. There's this one that we hear a lot, especially in this modern day of televangelization. And here in Kenya, you will hear many refer to themselves, wrongly so, erroneously so, as apostles. But no, the word is apostle. The Americans will put it, will say apostle. Yeah? British apostle. Kenyans apostle. Please, evangelist, televangelist, spare us that. This one is also easy to pronounce, but again, it is mispronounced so much. And it is amongst. But what do we hear in Kenya? Amongst. That's wrong. How about this one? So simple, yet people make it so cumbersome the way they pronounce it. The word is and. What do we hear from Kenyans? Aren't you the man I was looking for? That is wrong. And it is a simpler and more efficient one. This one is audience. Audience or audience, according to the Americans. But what do we hear among Kenyans? Audience. Audience. These ones I'd like to point out because many times people read it as if they're reading Kiswahili, but it's not that. It's Bible. 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 That is in British English. Americans, it's just Bible. 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 But what do we hear? Babel. The Tower of Babel. Please, let's not hear that. This one will require some panache for you to say it, but let us learn today. The word is basically. 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 And here let me point out this range of words that end with this syllable, C-A-L-L-Y. It has been accepted now widely that the A is silent. So automatically, specifically, scientifically, technically. So let us not hear any more of that. Basically, no. And this one, the word is buffalo. 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 It's a word. A song. Bob Marley, Buffalo Soldier, something like that. And even though he pronounced that word correctly, Kenyans continue to mispronounce that word and say buffalo, buffalo. It's no, that BU does not take the Kiswahili reading. No. This one, burden, 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 or Americans, burden, burden, burden. But Kenyans, burden. I have a burden on my shoulder. No, let's not have that. How about this one? It represents something sweet, but Kenyans will spoil it. They'll spoil the sweetness, the taste. Because the word is chocolate. 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 Americans, chocolate. Excuse me. Chocolate. But for us, chocolate. Chocolate. Even those will say chocolate, but today we are not going very much into those imperfections in particular areas, but we'll get there. We'll get there and we'll have lots of fun. I have a lot of that. How about this one? Criteria. 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 And its singular form is criterion. Criterion. But Kenya, we hear criteria. Criteria. So please, let's check on that. The following is a long word. Customary. Customary. Customary is the correct pronunciation. But, and what I mean is that the stress is on the first syllable. Customary. But what do we hear? Customary. Customary. And that is wrong. Customary is a word. There is the word data. 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 That is a British pronunciation. Americans, data. Data. They might even say data. Yeah? Those are Americans for you. So let us note that. This one is a difficult word. You hear it mostly in science and maths. And the word is decipher. 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 That's British. Decipher. Decipher. That's the American pronunciation. But for us, decipher. Decipher. You heard that. Please let us desist from that. This one, definitely. 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 But Kenyans, definitely. Definitely. One thing is that if you mispronounce that word, you also misspell it. It's in the group of words, and we shall be doing some of this. It's a group of words that people easily misspell because of mispronouncing it. So it is definitely. The thing is that stress the second syllable, and the T in it is almost silent. Another big word, but again, these are very good as we roll out our tongues and practice. And the word is discriminatory. 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 But the Americans will say discriminatory. 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 And the difference is that whereas the British will emphasize or stress the fourth syllable in that 5-syllable word, in fact 6-syllable, the Americans stress the second one. So discriminatory and discriminatory. Let's note that. The following word should not present a lot of difficulty in pronouncing it, but it does. In fact, the word is difficulty. 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 But what do we hear? Difficulty. Difficulty or difficulty. 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 You might hear some of that. But as I said, we'll be getting to that. How about this one? Everybody's spoiling it. It is there now and again, then the word is digital. 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 But here, digital. Or digital. Yeah? Whatever the case might be. Yeah? Digital. Digital. Let's not do that. The following word is especially. Especially. Especially, that's British, or especially. 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 These are Americans. But Kenya, especially. Especially. So let's hear none of that. How about this last one? For today, the word is eulogy. 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 You know that moment we are paying the last respect, and then you will hear eulogy. Who is there to read the eulogy? Wrong. The word is eulogy, and let us pronounce it correctly. So there we are. I've worked from A to E, words mispronounced. Inevitably, we shall continue from there. So be on the lookout for the next bunch of words that Kenyans mispronounced and how they should be pronounced correctly. Let me hasten to add that I'm not picking on Kenyans, trying to prove what terrible communicators they are. But rather, I am within my grace. I'm doing what I love doing, teaching English. What I have done is to take my skills from outside the classroom and bring it to the digital world. And in this way, I hope to carve a niche for myself, and I hope I am being helpful to many of us. So let us continue to interact on this channel and on Facebook and WhatsApp. I would say thank you for watching. Do not forget to like and to subscribe and to share with others. Bye for now, and God bless.